I'm born to be wild, dying to be free. I left those asphalt streets so my soul and nature could meet. Mandog drifter.
Well, we're back up at Camp 2. I set up a 4-wall shelter this time. It's the first time for having 4 walls up in Camp 2. I always went with 3. But yeah, and it was a couple days after I get up here. One morning I woke up to the machine being walking down up above me, walking down in the woods over there. I started cutting, and then later on that day walked back up, just sat up at the road, still sitting up there. And then a few days after that a dozer came and it sounded like it cleared a landing up there and made a road down where he was cutting. It's a little more level coming off the road up here, up above me, than it is down there. It's more of a drop off, so I assume that's why that's going to be their entry and exit point to where they're cutting down there. But I just walked out to the clearing and looked across the valley, and up on the mountain on the other side there looked like a spot where if I could climb up there, I'd be able to get a bird's eye view just to see if I could kind of guess of what they were up to. But so I went on a little hike, and I'll show you guys the views I've seen from up there. I couldn't see directly down where they were working from up where I was, because there was trees blocking my view, but it was still a pretty pretty eventful trip just to see all that scenery. But yeah, I don't think they're coming for my little patch of woods, but I really don't know where I'm gonna go after this, because the locals are starting to explore up into the Cranland, close to town now, coming on spring. So, and even though it's still, you know, public land and stuff, I know I just don't want to alarm the locals, and I know sometimes they get pretty territorial, even though it's still Crown lands. Some believe it's their property because it's close. I just don't want to get any. I just want to avoid conflict and not to worry anybody. So I might. So when I leave here, I'll probably move a little farther away. I guess I'll have to move if I go further in. I'll have to get past where they're cutting, so I'll have to move quite a few kilometers up the road here. But well, this is the final episode of season 1, winter camping in the Rockies. When I first started this, I had envisioned I'd be up on that mountain that me and Hemi first had climbed. I envisioned being up there, calling my parents on Christmas Eve, sipping away on some eggnog and Baileys and smoking a cigar. But things did not work out the way I had envisioned, even though this is the happiest I've been in a long time. But it has not been easy, and I'm still struggling here. But my goal when I had started was to camp the full winter and then see where I was at, and like to the end of March. March 20th is the official first day of spring. So my plan was to go to the end of March and see where I was at. And all along up till a couple weeks ago, there was no doubt in my mind that this is what how I wanted to live. Even though it was hard, I was just going to keep pressing on and keep working away at my goals and live this simple life. But then there about a week ago, I had run out of food, and it got me questioning on if I was doing the right thing, and had actually come to the decision, because the weather was showing that for that weekend coming up, it was supposed to be nice. So I was gonna hike / hitchhike back to the city and get a job and try to get a job trucking again. And then as soon as I made that decision, the next time I checked the weather, it turned into a wintry wet weekend, where what was supposed to be in the plus teens for weather got great cold and snow. And then I eventually got some food, and it's time. And then that window kind of sort of passed. And then I got thinking, like, my when things are going good out here, this is where I'm the happiest. Like, even when I'm struggling, like, I'm happy out here. But I know once if I went back to the city and got a job, and once everything started going good again, I'd be back to that miserable, tormented state again. Just so unhappy. So my best days, I'm my most miserable. So this is where I know my soul belongs, is out here. But yeah, I've been in kind of figured by now I'd have a more clear picture of what direction I was going to take. But I've been battling back and forth for the past week or two, and that's why I've been a little later putting off this final episode, trying to have some final direction, or trying to leave with some direction from this season. But and regardless of which way I had went, in my spare time I'd still be pursuing this lifestyle. Like, I'd be still trying to put out videos and stuff, but yeah, and then it just became so real to me there when I got thinking about of when I was hungry, when I go hungry and stuff. That's when I am debating on like, just go back and get a regular job, and don't put yourself through this. But as soon as I have food and I'm not in that discomfort, then I know I'd be most miserable. And so there's no doubt in my mind that this is the direction that I need to go, and I need to just push through the hard times and keep trying to reach my goal. And so I'm going to close off this season of winter camping, but as far as I can see right now, I'll still be camping, but I'm going to run my seasons along with the regular 4 seasons of the year, like fall, winter, spring, summer. But I am going to take some time off here. I'm still going to be recording and stuff, but I want to get some content stored up so I ain't pressured for putting content out. I want to be able to put out quality content, not stuff put together fast just to put the content out. So I'm gonna take a break from posting. For the next season will be at least a month from now, but I'll keep you updated with when I know for sure when the next season's going to be starting. But yeah, it's been quite the journey so far. But I'm glad I took this journey, because I'm becoming more confident of knowing that I'm going in the right direction that I'm supposed to be going in. And I want to thank everyone who's following along with me in this journey, and who have subscribed and liked and commented on my videos. That all is helping me. I got a long ways to go, and but I'm determined to get there. So I hope you guys will stick around, and hopefully I can continue to improve the content I put out, and we'll see you in the next season. Thanks again for watching.